Okay, so this is my build. Corsair Carbide Air 540 case, Ryzen 3950X, AMD Ryzen 3950X chip. I picked up a refurbished Corsair Hydra series. I believe it's the 115 Pro AIO. That's in the back. For my motherboard, I have the Asus Tough Gaming X 570 motherboard. G.Skill Ripjaws 32 GB of DDR4 3600 RAM, the XFX AMD Radeon 5700 XT 8 GB 4.0 PCIe 4.0 video card. For my power supply, I have the EVGA Supernova 750 G3. Hopefully this machine runs well. So let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get started with the motherboard. I believe these are the standoffs for the M.2 and the shield. Decals. Okay. Okay, I am about to install the CPU. I'm a little bit nervous here since I've actually only done this once before in my life, so I believe that was it. Alright, so let's move on to installing the Nvme drive. It's amazing how they're able to fit in all of that memory on this little chip. Okay. I do not believe that they have provided me with the standoffs. So I'm gonna go have to fetch them. Oh, I need to install the standoff on the third notch here. And I am just going to hand tighten it. So there are 2 or 3 smaller slots in there. And let me set this back down before I damage anything. Let's see, maybe it just sits right up top. Let's figure that out. Okay, make sure to discharge myself before I do this. Oh, yeah, I believe it just goes in the top slot here. There we go. You can see this. Okay, let me move this a little bit. There we go. Don't want to over torque this. Okay, CPU and my M.2 is installed. It's time to install RAM. And I'm going to refer to the manual here. So I believe it says if you have only 2 slots that you will occupy, which is going to be in my case, you start with the gray slots. So it looks like on this motherboard you only need to open up one side of the slot for your memory. And make sure this notch here lines up with that slot down there. There we go. Okay. One down. Turn it over. One to go. So make sure they're seated correctly. The top side of this second module was not seated correctly initially, so just make sure to check that you've installed everything right the very first time. You don't want to complete your build and then, find out when you turn on your machine that something's not installed properly. Okay, I guess with the memory, the onboard Nvme and the chip installed, I am going to move into the case. So let me set that up and we'll be back.